The concept of true love in the spiritual dimension. Those words are very important. True love and spiritual dimension. Because we tend to use the word love in every possible dimension that we can think of. In the physical, intellectual, emotional, social. We even use the word love. I love my spoon. I love my table. Even though there is no response back, we still use the word. Simply because we don't understand it. That's why we have come to misuse the word. So we've been spending time here understanding the true love. So revisit briefly all of us at our cellular level, at our smallest level, we know true love. We have experienced true love. We are the result of true love. If there was no true love, we won't be there. If one cell did not lose itself completely into the other cell, transforming both of them, we won't be here. So we have that memory. That's why there is an urge to find it, to go there once again. But as soon as the journey starts, we back off. We get scared. Because true love means losing yourself 100%. You cannot even save a fraction of it. Hence, true love between two people becomes impossible. The only place you can experience it is if it is a love between you and your Creator. That's the closest you will ever come to experience that true love. Then we went into the first step. And the first step we said, you have to revisit. Once upon a time, when you were a child, you had experienced the true love. You have that memory too. When you were 2 months, 3 months old into this world, you were giving the true love and you were getting the true love. If a child is crying, somebody walks by, they don't care whose child is this. Their first attempt is to console the child. And the child will accept that consolation without saying, you are not my mother, you are not my father. Because that identifier, that ego, that can distinguish between the giver and the taker hasn't developed yet. Once that develops, ego becomes the barrier to the true love. So the second step we talked about, what your ego? If you are not experiencing the feeling of true love, then you don't need to go ask anybody. You do not need to study any scriptures. You do not need to go to a psychologist or any master. You know it is your ego. There is no ifs and buts about it. Because ego cannot love. Ego can only judge. Ego can only say this is good, this is not good. This is acceptable, this is unacceptable. This is good, this is bad. This is right, this is wrong. That's all the ego can do. Ego is too busy identifying what is good and what is bad, what's right and what's wrong. And you may ask, okay, fine, then what's wrong with that? Should we not be careful and alert and discriminating? Should we have no boundaries at all? And the answer is, nobody is telling you to drop your boundaries. But you will be asked the question again, do you want to experience the true love or not? What is your objective? What is it that you want in life? If you want to respect your boundaries, then that's your objective. Don't go about saying, I want to experience godliness. Because godliness has no boundaries. The Creator is completely unlimited, without any discriminating thoughts of right and wrong, good or bad. So at that time, you need to think about and ask yourself, let me forget about my love for somebody. Let me go into how the Creator loves me. That's where the statement God is love came from. God is true love. No boundaries, no conditions, no expectations, nothing to take back, nothing to hold back, only to give. Doesn't wait for you to say thank you. You can see human behavior. When they do something good for anybody, if they are not waiting for a tip, they are certainly waiting for a thank you. They want to be acknowledged that I did something good for you. Does the Creator have this characteristic? Does He expect from you? If you don't say thank you, does He spite you? Does He stop giving you? If not, then you are going to have to develop that characteristic. You have to come closer. Watch your ego. Now the interesting thing is that if you start watching your ego and start becoming aware of it, the very first thing that will go away is the anger in you. Because it is the ego that gets angry. Because it's hurt. And then anger will change its behavior. It will not be pure anger. Slowly, slowly, it will modify its face. And you will stop seeing it. And somebody asks you, you are angry about him? You say, no, I'm not. Do I look angry to you? Ah. That means the anger has now changed its face. It's there. It is there in the form of resentment. It is there in the form of jealousy. And it is there in the form of vindictiveness. I'll get you someday. I'll get even with you someday. Anger has just changed its face. Because that memory is staying with you. What are you trying to get even with? For what? Well, remember that. With all due respect, feminine energy has the most difficult time with this.